When Joy asks me to make a new wine, she'll tell me what occasion it's going to be used for. And then I just kind of close my eye and dream up that wine in that scenario. It sounds a little ludicrous, but it actually works. It's an honor that the owners have bestowed on me. It's a privilege to be the winemaker here. I feel so deeply about that, and about my love for this place and the family. Wine is very much an emotional and personal thing for me. That's why I'm here. That's why this place makes so much sense for me. They allow me to express myself through the wines. It's really hard to find a winery whose owners will give you that leeway. My interpretation, and it's just my interpretation of what a winemaker does, is he spends probably 75% of his time in the vineyard, just like a chef who would walk into an herb garden or to a vegetable garden. I get inspiration, even during the winter, from walking the blocks and thinking about, how can I do a better job this year? How can I get more out of that vineyard? My first day is a memory that I will never forget. It was a really cold February rainy morning. I was getting out of the truck, walking to the winery, when Rigo met me halfway across the parking lot. I thought that was a really class act. We went into the lab and sat down and became good friends over the next 3 or 4 days. I'm guessing it was probably around the 2017 vintage, part of the year when it was cold. I was walking around the property and was walking around the pond, and I saw reflected in the surface of the pond my favorite Chardonnay vineyard for sparkling wine. And that block was so perfectly reflected in the surface of the pond water with the blue sky above it and the beautiful white clouds. I walked past there just thinking what I really wanted to do, because it had to be different. It couldn't be just the same old, same old. It had to be something spectacularly different, something that really brought out the best in that particular block. So thus was born during harvest the first Reflection Blanc de Blanc. The most meaningful vintage for me would be the 2023 vintage. Previously that year, my wife passed away. I would not be a winemaker if it weren't for my late wife, Paige. So I had already decided that I was going to dedicate that vintage to my wife, Paige. And not only was it a gloriously beautiful vintage with weather and everything was just perfect, it just, another chance for me and my team to just ramp up everything and make it as glorious as we possibly can. And darned if the wines didn't turn out to be my favorite vintage of all time. We've been at it for 50 years, and we are doing really competitive work when you compare what we do with what the French do. So in just 50 years of work, we've accomplished what I would say is probably worth 3 or 4 generations. With all my heart, cheers to 50 years of Iron Horse Vineyards. May there be at least 200 more.